one.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our next act, this is the future.
Unfortunately.
Damn right. Sound like you got the herpes cough.
I got one way back there.
Oh, I hate that shit. Hey, everybody who isn't us, how's it going? Woohoo!
We're not us, so hi, how are you?
Right. Damn right.
Damn right.
Another fun-filled, exciting, off-the-wall episode of This Is the
Future.
We already said it. There it is.
You know it.
So Alex and I were talking before the show, and we were trying to figure out timing on when we're going to record. And then I just happened to mention to Alex that I would need to record it at a certain time because, well, to be completely honest, I have an orgy to put on, and I'm not joking. So Alex was very eager to hop on here and for us to start talking about this. So here we are.
Speaking of that.
Oh, nasty fucker. Hopefully that was up, not down. That was a zipper, folks. Alex is into this one.
Just like orgies, all good things go up and down. So,
They do, man. And when it's down, you just help somebody else out, just because your buddy's tired doesn't mean you quit.
I have so many questions.
Fire away, sir.
Okay. First of all, is anyone going to care that we're talking about this?
I'm not using any names.
I'm so excited.
You only have 29 minutes.
I'm I feel like a newborn baby.
Why are you, tell me, all right, why are you excited the fact that I'm, because I thought when I told you this, you're like, oh shit, we have something else in common, but you're like, no, I don't do this. And I'm like, okay, so
no, it's not
you're
that
just
I don't.
Intrigued.
No, I have done that.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What you've had an orgy?
Is an orgy is like 3 or more people
in one room with their shoes off, by definition? Yes.
Then yes.
Yeah, right, there you go. That's So okay, so you've done it, so you get it.
Yeah, it's just not like I'm not like opposed to it. If that was like my lady was like, hey, want to tag team a couple people, I'd be like in it, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool, like whatever, more power to us, let's get them.
High five.
Yeah. But it's not like we have a pretty normal, healthy sex life, I want to say 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the week, whatever. It's, it's great. I have nothing to complain about, but I don't know if there's an orgy in our future, and if there is, cool. And if there's not, it's all the same to me.
When she watches this episode, you might find out real fast.
Yeah.
No fucking way, Alex.
Well, yeah, she's gonna orgy too.
Whoa. Hopefully my loud voice didn't set off your pup.
No, it's that's when the mail comes every day around this time. FedEx, holidays, so Amazon, FedEx, UPS, mailman every day. She fucking loses her shit. So
that's like Blue's Clues. We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
Except it's a bit more violent than that.
Let's bite off his fucking arm.
Exactly.
So yeah,
but this orgies, it's I've done it, but it's to each their own. But you're the man of the hour. You're the hot piece of ass on this episode. I got questions, Tony. I got a lot of questions. I don't know why I'm so excited. I think I'm just excited because I woke up kind of just like, I don't know, kind of bored, and I'm like, oh, there's something that's exciting. And I'm
totally fucking get it.
Exciting. Like, it's almost like I chose on purpose to be excited about it. Because why not? Why not choose to be excited? I'm excited. Let's party. So,
okay.
All right. So there's How many people?
This one will be just 4 total.
Ooh, okay.
And that's the most, well, my brief history is, I'm not gonna say that's the most. My brief history is that I've always been, I don't like to say no to shit. I'm very curious. I'm always down to try out new things. When I was in the military, there was a place called the Dungeon, and that was my first exposure to whatever, everything besides just sex, yeah, everything else, kink, all that stuff. And the cool thing about going to those clubs is you figure out what you're into, what you're not into.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure it's like right there, and you're like, nope, 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 yes.
I was like, yes. So you see all like bondage and like people getting like, all the fun stuff. It was all like, that was when I got exposed to, like, to be honest, I mean, this was 99, 2000. So this is when I really came in contact with transgender people, with all kinds of stuff. And I knew right away I was cool with all of it as far as like it all existing. It was just a massive amount of exposure. And the irony is that the military didn't want us to go there. They had a blacklist, which is kind of cool. They made a list of places we weren't allowed to be. And so we took that list and we went to all of them. And it was like, thank you. Like, this is awesome. Just cuts it all down to right where we need to be. So, I mean, I met Ron Jeremy there. Like, it was a total kink club. Got my ass beat a whole bunch on purpose, like with like whips, chains, whistles, whatever, it was fun. So that kind of sparked my interest. And then, I don't know, years later, I was living in Oregon. I had some friends, I was in my 30s, and they had approached me. They were both into, it was a couple, and they were into some kinky stuff. And they had approached me if I would be interested in, being a third or whatever. And I wasn't, I didn't know how to take it, no, that kind of thing. Very against it. And then a few years later, the same couple, when I was with somebody, they wanted us to get, and I was against it. But then something happens with age, boredom, whatever. I have no idea. But in any case, like, I remember before I moved back to Philly, I looked it up, and no shit, like, Philadelphia is #1 for this kind of shit. They were for the longest times, weird as fuck. But I know why. It's not like a documented thing, but in this town, people are ramped up, pissed off, and looking for an adrenaline rush. So aside from cussing at people in traffic, this is honestly, this is that other thing. And it's something you can do with your partner without getting pissed off at them, really. So, I mean, it kind of started out with, like my partner going out and being with someone else and then telling me about it. Like, I would be like on my phone and she'd be telling me, and like updates and stuff like that. Right. And I'll be honest with you, that's a hell of an experience, because you realize how much you feel for that person and all that shit. It's a fucking rush. Wow. And it can be, it ain't easy for everybody. It wasn't easy for me. It like, sure. Just imagine you really love somebody and then, or have strong feelings for them, and then that happens, and it's, I'll say this, especially with a woman, they don't go out looking for a guy with a small dick. So if you have any issues with your package, you're going to be confronted with them, because watching someone else please your person in the way that you can't is one hell of an experience. But it's humbling, and it kind of gets you in that door, and you're like, all right, well, let's see what else we can do. And so a lot of women out there, of course, I'm not going to speak I'm just going to say there's definitely a lot of women out there that would have another man they could have a different experience with, right? But women are different than men. Not all women are going to be into watching their man have another woman. That is fucking hard for them. But I get it. Women are a big bag of emotions. I totally understand. The last thing they want is to see someone else enjoying their person. However, I don't care. So in order for me to level the fucking playing field here, we've definitely like kept going, and so now you meet couples here and there. Luckily I'm in sales, so I know how to approach people. I'm just being honest. It's just like, I mean, the cool thing with couples is they're no bullshit. Like, they know what they're looking for. But at my age, you got to look out for the young ones. They're not the ones you want. They're shallow as fuck. They all think they're porn stars. They're all worried about age and how they look and all this stupid shit. No, I like level-headed fucking people that have been humbled, that are closer to my age. because it doesn't matter. Like, you look how you look. You know what I mean? You're not gonna, oh, I don't want to hook up with them. I don't want to hook up. It's no. As long as everyone's respectful and clean and all that shit, just see what happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
You meet up, and if it works, it works. You'd be fucking surprised what you'll get into, you know? So, I mean, that's pretty much like that. That's pretty much how I got into it. And it just evolves from there. You just keep seeing. It's the hardest part is like meeting other people, I guess. Like, the internet's out there and that's the best way to do it. But,
Right.
you know, it's just kind of like that, and it's risky. So I don't do it a lot. I'll be honest with you. It's not something I, maybe a couple times a year right now. That's it. I don't want it to become a thing where I have to have it or any of that horse shit where it's not, you know. But I will say this, and then you can ask away if I left anything out. But the best part of it, for all you couples out there who are curious or whatever, I'll tell you this, the best part of it is the aftermath. Once you've had your experience with other people or whatever, when you and your partner come back together and you enjoy each other, like they call it reclaiming each other, that's the best fucking part. It really is, because emotions are high and you're crazy about each other, all that horse shit. It's some of the best sex you'll ever have. So as far as that goes, like that's it's not so much about having group sex. Like that's an experience, because you're trying out all these different, all this shit you see on wherever you watch your porn. You see it and you're like, wow, you know, and then you're literally hanging out with the other couple, like thinking shit up. But the weird part for me is having this dude text me and be like, man, I'm thinking about doing this with my woman. You do that, I do that, and she does that to her. I'm just like, yeah, hang on a second, I got a call. Hello, like I'm fucking working over here. But in any case, like that's the weird shit to me. It's just like, I have a grown ass man talking about screwing my woman. I'm talking about screwing his. This is crazy. I'm working right now. Thanks, corporate America, paying me to talk about this shit. But that's the best fucking part. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm up to.
I can imagine like meeting people or a couple. So you just like met them on the internet? Is that what it like?
Yeah. The couple that the one that I met him on a like some of the dating apps out there. People have couples, like that's the thing. Like Tinder's just fucking Tinder, but if you're looking for, there's a lot of on other ones where people can fill out a profile. They tell you like I do this. Like the girls will say I do this, I do that. And if I see a girl that says she does that, or if a lot of people out there, this is where I'm different. I'm not into polyamory. I don't give a shit about taking you out on a fucking date. I don't care. I really don't.
You don't want to
mix it up. I'll go out with a relationship. Yeah. No, fuck no. No. And I understand polyamory a little bit. I get the point. You have a lot of bullshit. You want to give it out. You spread it out amongst people. Hell no. Fuck no. Not buying you presents. Hell no. No. I'll use your parts. You use mine. Then we'll move the fuck on. That's it. It's just a simple escape, mixing it up, trying something different at the salad bar. That's it. I have no interest in dating more than one person at a time. I'm cool with having friends and we like mix it up. That's what I'm also an open relationship. So, I mean, we talk about it, and none of this is easy. I'm going to tell anyone out there who's fucking curious, because if you are listening to this episode, everyone's curious. So I can tell you it's not fucking easy, but life isn't easy either. Right. So as you go through life and you start to be like, hey, I got cheated on, or I've been through this and I want to know how this feels or that feels. That's really how I ended up in this shit. Was like, the last person I dated was literally on drugs and fucking around on me behind my back. And all I wanted from that person was to say, I'm fucking around on you. And I started to realize, I told her, I said, if you tell me this shit, it might actually turn me on. I might be okay with it. She never had the balls to tell me. But if she did, not that it would have mattered, because I'm not dating a fucking drug addict, but if she did, she would have learned, and I would have too. It's actually kind of my thing. It just depends on how I don't want it to happen all the time. Like if it's like, yeah, if you're really into that person, then go be with them. That's the risk. But you can also stay with the same person for 40 years, never mix it up, and fucking hate their guts. Sure. So it can go, it's a roll of the dice. You have to be willing to jump to do any of this kind of shit. So I'll say it's, you know, I did it, and I'm cool with it. You just have to, and it brings on a lot of communication. You have to be able to fucking communicate. You have to. But I'm just not, but it's like with your partner, and that's not easy. If you're dating a girl that's been fucking cheated on or whatever, and they're not good with, I mean, Jesus Christ. Right. You know, constant reassurance,
Yeah. And just everyone's in like, different in that way. Like some people are really sexual and passionate, but only want to do that with one person.
Sure.
And then some people are just maybe vanilla with one person, but if they were to have multiple people, it might turn them into more of an animal. Who knows? But
right.
So I don't know, like another question, like I got a lot of questions to
go, yeah.
Is all right. So how does it work with you guys, with you four in this instance? Like, is it just like you and the dude like just like switch?
So,
or is it like a group and kind of like, is there a plan? Is there rules? What's the rules? All this shit.
So the first thing you want to do is with your, obviously you talk a fuck ton about this with your partner, and this with me and a lot of couples, it doesn't take days, it takes years. It usually starts out by talking about it in the bedroom when you're fooling around. You start talking about your kinks and shit, and that's how it started for me. It was like talking about it in the bedroom, all that, and then it just kept going and going. So now then we eventually we're like, all right, we're really gonna do, like I said, she went out and had someone else first a couple of times, and we tried that, and I was like, all right, I want to be involved too. This has got to be a two-way street. That's something I learned about myself, because there's a lot of men out there who just like to watch their woman get screwed by someone else.
Right.
Not me. I am all hands. Fuck that. You got a woman, bring her over. I'm having fun too. That's just the way it is. I believe in equality. So we came up with our rules. My basic rule is no kissing. We don't kiss anybody else. Just don't do it. I see that shit and I don't, because that to me, like I watch other people, like there's some dude in the corner holding his little penis, watching some big mamma jamma slam the shit out of his girlfriend, and they're making, and these two are making out. It looks like love, like that looks like they're in love. The homegirls are really enjoying it. Fuck that shit. No, we're not doing that. So that's our rule, and we tell the couple up front, like, hey, our rules are this and this. And then as far as like fooling around, like if someone goes to put their hand on the back of her head, fuck no. She's nope. That's her thing. She has her own little rules. I have mine, but we discuss most of them up front. But as you keep with the same couple, you figure each other out. Right. The first time we met, this is the couple that we're hooking up with tonight. This is our first official couple that we met, and they were really cool. They've been doing it for a few years, like nothing heavy, like here and there. But we went to their house, and my lady was really fucking nervous for obvious reasons, right?
Right.
So the hard part was getting the first one started, because she was just like, I don't know if I can do this, and they were like, is she gonna do this? And I'm just like, I don't even know these people. Like they wanted it, and she didn't know if she did, and I'm in the middle. So I had to figure out a way to get her interested, or whatever, put her at ease. And so what I did was I went over and made out with her, and just kind of talked to her and shit, like it was just the two of us. And then we started from there. And then we had full on. We didn't do a full swap that time. A full swap is when I'm screwing his woman, he's screwing mine, that kind of thing. That's the full, experience. That's the ultimate, I guess. We didn't do that the first time. We just did everything else she could do. We were both going down on, my lady and I were going down on another chick at the same time. This guy's well endowed, just like screwing a telephone pole. So there was he helped my lady make a big mess. Hey, if you guys are turning this off right now, sorry. And if you're not, gotcha. Getting moist. Hey, we don't usually talk like this, but every time I do a video, I say, this is not for children. And this one is not for fucking children. In any case, that was our first experience. The second one, and we switch up houses and shit, like they go to their house and we go to their house and make a mess. They come to our house, come to my place, right? Whatever. And for those of you who sat on my couch, don't worry, I cover everything up. I got blankets that I wash.
Right.
But in any case, the second time they were over here, and we did some stuff. His woman, like the other thing is too, is like, it would help if your woman's bi-curious.
Right. No,
that's huge. Otherwise it's like, you're just screwing different partners across the room. But the real fun, like full swap is fun, especially like when if you're doing your thing and then like you're making out with your person, but someone else is servicing, you're both being serviced by someone else or whatever your thing is. That can go many different ways, but that's fun because like I said, it's a hell of a connection. It really is. But yeah, that we did all that. The last time that we hung out, we did a full on swap. But his woman is older, and she's got a fuck ton of toys like strap-ons, and my woman had never used a strap-on. So watching that was the crazy shit. And seeing his woman like take what she could take, I was just like, I was like watching. I'm like, this is interesting as fuck right now. And I'm also a voyeur. I mean, I watch porn. It gives me a reason to live every morning. You got to get off or whatever. But so I like to watch, but I like to be involved. I don't want to be like, I see this shit they call them like cuckold. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're not putting my dick in a cage. You're not going to belittle me, and Tyrone isn't going to pound your fucking guts out, and it's just not going to happen. I'm going to get involved. I'm going to slap Tyrone's ass. Something's going to happen. I'm going to be involved. I'm going in. Whatever.
That's a question I have. Do you and the dude do anything?
No, I am not. I am 100% straight as an arrow. I found that out just by doing it.
Yeah,
not my thing.
I knew the answer to that question, but you know.
I appreciate you asking, but the truth is like, that's how you find out about yourself. You don't sit there and say, I'm straight. Blah, 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 blah. No, put yourself in the situation. Do you want to suck that dick, or you want to watch her suck that dick? Now you know.
Tony, that's very adult of you.
That's fuck it, man. I mean,
and in my opinion, since the world is very, PC nowadays, I'm not saying good or bad, just saying that's the way it is. I think that's very PC, and I don't know, cool of you to be like, like, I'm straight because I've tested it.
Yeah.
I went down the road and I go, not for me, because you only got to suck one dick or a half of one to figure it out. You don't got to line 10 up and suck 8 and be like, all right, how about number 9? That will do it. So.
No, I do. I respect the hell out of it. I've always known where I was at, but when you're in that situation, you're horny, like really fucking horny. Like that's when if you're just like, give me that dick, it's like, hey, wait a minute, maybe you got some shit going on you didn't know about, like, yeah. And that's cool, but that's definitely something you discuss up front, like before you meet them, or just tell them like, we haven't swung with anybody who does that, yeah. who he's by, and I'm not saying I wouldn't, but it wouldn't. The only thing I've never appreciated is when I tell someone I'm not into something and they try to test that limit. I don't appreciate that. Never did. That's my fucking decision. That's all there is to it. So if you're like, well, I'm going to try it anyway, but like, no, this is going to be embarrassing for you if you do that. But I'm very fucking comfortable, and I tell you up front what I'm looking for and I'm not looking for. But I dig women, and I definitely dig 2 at once. That's fucking fun. It's nice to know that you're multi-talented, that you can handle a couple of chicks at once. Like, I dig it. I have a sex drive. I always have. I love that shit. Any woman who knows, who's hung out with me, be like, this kind of ends up with sex. Be like, yeah, it's the main reason. It's like a playground. I got the swings and you got the set. You know what I mean? Like, we got to mix this shit up and have some fucking fun. No offense, ladies. I like to talk with you. I totally like to discover how you see the world. But at the end of the day, if I find you attractive, that's probably why we're hanging out. It's not because I want to hear about your bullshit. You really don't want to hear about mine either. Women just like to talk. They like to get their problems out. They want someone to listen. I'll listen too. And then we rub our hands together. You know what I mean?
Hey, so you gotta start a fire somehow, so.
Right. I mean, no disrespect, but like I said, when I was a kid, it was, and I still live this way, and that's probably why I have no money, but it's always been about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's it. Simple, fucking plain out, all my goals, and I've met every single one of them. I have sex, I love music, and I smoke dope. It's fun. That's it. I don't want to run Wall Street. I don't want to do any of that horse shit. I'm happy where I'm at, pushing my own limits in an affordable way. That's pretty much it.
Right.
Anyway, you got anything else?
Oh, probably. So, covered toys. So, like, is it all right? Here's the thing. Is there? All right. So they're coming over to you this time. Is there toys? Whoever's house it is there toys provided, or do you bring your own toys, batteries included, that kind of thing? Like, or is it just whatever's happening?
Yeah, they'll bring stuff. They have a lot of stuff, so they'll bring stuff, and then we'll bring stuff. And you're gonna need to have, like, You need to bring like stuff to clean up with, etc.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
So if you make a mess, you bring your own,
Well, I
clean
mean,
it.
whoever's hosting too, that kind of thing,
Yeah. How about mood music and lighting?
Yeah, I mean, I spin records and like make sure all my windows are closed and shit.
How long does this last?
Couple hours.
Ah.
And then I'm always eager to get it over. Like, then it's like, all right, that's what's nice about being with mature people who understand, like, you're here to get something done and then you get the fuck out.
Yeah, like you guys don't go like get a sandwich together or go have a coffee and
I'll be completely honest here. I'm just going to be honest with people here. I don't like people too much. I really don't care about meeting you and your bullshit. I don't go seeking out new friends. It's not my cup of tea. I like my friends for my friends, and that's it. Like I dig you. You're cool. We talk. Your people are cool, but I'm not gonna go out and be like, let's meet some couples. No, fuck that shit. You guys want to fuck or not? Like seriously, that's it. Let's just do this and be done with it. We're using each other for our parts. That's it. I have no interest because that's how you end up in fucked up relationships. And
right.
Seriously, that's how shit gets crazy. When you start talking about personal shit, everyone starts getting really fucking comfy. No, come in, fucking leave. That's it. That's how you keep it easy. But you're like, oh, well, they're having a party and we should go over there and, you're like buying them presents. No, you're fucking crazy. No, I'm not into it. Like the lifestyle, like you go to the swingers club every weekend and all that horse shit. Like, no.
See, that's the thing is I've been in a few swingers clubs only to do comedy in.
No shit.
Yeah, I've done comedy in 2 sex clubs and one of them 2 or 3 times. At least 2. The one downtown Portland, at least 2 times, maybe more. But it was like it's weird because it's like they're like they're really friendly and nice. And the thing is like when I did the show there, when we were doing the show, I wasn't first, but I can't remember. I was either in the middle or towards the end of the lineup. And, like typical amateur comedy show, there's, 20 billion comics on the bill. And when I say 20 billion, I mean like 8, and there really should be 3,
I know.
and
I understand.
and I know you know how that goes, but
then they tell 2 friends, yeah, you're on the show and you're on, and I get it. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
But each show that I've one show at the other fuck club wasn't a very good show. It was kind of weird, but the other one was the one that I did 2 or 3 times or whatever was really cool. They were really nice. They actually could put their urges aside to watch a show. You know what I mean? It wasn't like they were like beating off like this show better get over so I could get it on. It was like
that's more like that's more like a jerk joint. Yeah,
they wanted to come early to watch. They got drinks. There's couches. It was a nice clean place.
Right.
There was a big hook hanging from the ceiling, so that was cool.
I know what the hook's for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Me too. And I was the only one that talked about it too. And I was like, there was like 3 or 4 people ahead of me, and I was like, how come no one's talked about this? It's right in front of us. It's not a microphone. It's not a light. Everyone use your fucking imagination. It's a hook.
Fuck yeah.
Who's going on it tonight? And then like 3 people raised their hands.
I want fun.
Yeah. And the thing, and like, it wasn't encouraged or disencouraged, but like, I don't know if I'm sure, why wouldn't you if you really wanted to? Like, but I didn't know. I don't know if any comics staying after partaking of any, but like, I wasn't single at the time, so I didn't. But if I was, maybe I would. Wouldn't say I wouldn't. Wouldn't say I would. But I just remember, I don't know, having a good time at a sex club and not having sex.
That's funny. I like just the sound of that. Sounds like a book I want to read or an article.
Did not fuck in a fuck club, but I had a good time.
But let me. So to that point, though, you get invited into a sex club to do your act. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they let you stay after, that's cool. And let me tell you why. Because around here, and you may already know this, so excuse me, but around here, when they do events at the sex clubs, they charge up the ass anyway because they got to keep the lights on. It's a BYOB, so they're not charging for alcohol, that kind of thing. So they make their money on entrance fees. It's $100 to be a single male in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going up last. Like, I'm staying here. Fuck that.
Right.
And they usually have like the one around here before the pandemic. I haven't been, like, I read up on them. We've talked about it a lot. And then the pandemic happened. It was like, nah, well, we're not doing, So they just opened back up, and now they're probably going to close again because we're under another COVID, whatever. But in any case, they used to have breakfast at 3 a.m. They had a breakfast buffet at 3 a.m. They closed at 4 in the morning. So talk about an all-night fuck fest. It sounds kind of fun. But I mean, to me, it's like set ends at 10, 5 hours of fucking, breakfast, at work by 8, no problem. So if I was a comic, honestly, if I was a comic doing that kind of place and I'm a single male, I'm in, right? They're not going to charge me a cover because I'm in. So that's a fucking great place for a single person, male. Well, females are like $20, but still, you're getting saving some money.
Well, that one that I've done the show, and I remember it was $80 for, I think $80 or $100 for a single dude, and if you brought a lady with you, she got them for free.
Right. And our place, the one place that I want to go to here is they have like a couples rate. But the thing is that you have to have a yearly membership fee because it's a private club. So you pay like $50 a person for a membership fee. And then each night has a different fee. And the more the fee is, the more people they know are going to be there.
Right.
And but the night that was the busiest was Black Friday because everyone's in town for the holidays. Everybody wants to fuck strangers. I mean, that doesn't say that in the pamphlet, but I figured that out.
Right.
Our busiest night of the year. Come on down. I just wanted like a monster truck announcer to do a commercial for a fucking for a swingers club. Tonight. There's gonna be pussy.
Like dinosaur
and
noises.
Then there's gonna be a breakfast buffet. Come on down. Fucking enjoy. Fucking encouraged.
I think I have a quick funny story about a sex club.
I'm in.
So this is a story that was told to me secondhand, but it's about a person that I do know that I used to do comedy with, and so did you, and you know them, but I'm not going to say their name.
Yeah, tell me after.
So this is a story that's told secondhand. The person that it happened to at the sex club, at a comedy show at a sex club, would never I think I tried to ask them about it, and they like got too nervous and like left. So there's this comic in Portland. They're probably like 2 years older or younger than me, 2 or 3 years younger than me, but so now they would probably be 30 to 31 years old, but they look like they're probably a year over the age of 18, maybe. Like barely any peach fuzz on their face, skinny as a rail, glasses, very naive, raised religious, and pretty much a Christian cult. I would say that Christianity is basically a cult anyway, but this is more.
This is the person we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
So that's this person's background, and this person's background, and the style of comedy they did was one-liners, so it was very like they're shy and kind of like their act was clean.
I actually know who you're. I mean, anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
And
this is fucking funny.
Really funny. And everything. So this person got on stage and was doing their act, and I guess at this sex club at this time. This club doesn't exist anymore, but when it did, I guess there was like a big crowd, like for the room, however many people, the room was full. So let's just say there was 50 people in there. So there was 50 people watching a show, and then this comic who I just was describing was on stage doing their act. Clean comedy, not Christian, but they were raised very Christian. so Christian that they had to like not tell their parents that they did comedy because their parents didn't approve of it, as far as I know.
They're out there.
Yeah. So, because they thought it was like the devil's, that comedy's for the devil, and like it's a secular thing and all that stuff. So they were doing their act, and I know this person, used to know them pretty well. Very shy, doesn't even cuss in real life off stage. Like, dang it, frick is probably the most that person will ever say. Very, so they're doing their act. Halfway through the act, this guy in the front row is getting a blowjob. And as far as I know, it was like a really just the grinding pepper on that salad, like a fucking like.
Are you shitting me?
Oh my God! This is, and again, I left names out of it. Could have been a few different people in the comedy scene in Portland. If I got this story wrong or added something to it, it's what I heard and I remember. Okay. So I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble or anything like that. This is just a story I heard a long time ago. So, but the comic on stage, the person couldn't, no pun intended, but couldn't finish. Couldn't finish.
Like, oh my God.
Like made them feel so uncomfortable, I guess, that they had to get off stage. And I think he asked them like not to do that, like to wait. And
no, you can't.
I think the guy was just like, "You're in our house," like I don't think.
Read the sign, buddy.
I think that's what was applied. Like, no, you're in this is our house. Like,
funny jokes, but I got something to do here.
Yeah. So that's again. That's the story I heard secondhand a long time ago.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you shared that. That just the simple image of being on stage and seeing someone in the front row get a blowjob, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't have to stop. It doesn't need to stop. It's okay. And the fact that the person that's doing the comedy is not, it's like, why did you walk in there? What the fuck did you think was going to happen? I'd be praying for it. You know me. That's why I scare people. I'm the kind of the guy that's like, dun, 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 dun. Like, I'm into it. Me next. I would definitely at least try to get a BJ while on stage. Why not? Be like, hey, Could you imagine? Like trying to remember your jokes, and you're just like, woo! He's good. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
A lot of firsts tonight.
Oh, man.
Holy shit, that's great. Oh, my God. That's fucking funny to me. I picture that in a movie, and I'm laughing my ass off already. That is great. Oh, it's fucking funny. But yeah, in any case, like, as far as that kind of stuff goes, like, and the ironic thing is like, as we're talking about, this is the one thing that people really need to understand about this lifestyle, about all this. Plans can change last minute, usually do. Ironically enough, as we're doing the show, I got a text and they just backed out for tonight. Just really? Like that, like 2 hours before it's going to go down. And the thing is like, that tests your own fucking whatever, because you're like, oh no. But the thing is like, none of it's bad. You play it cool, you reschedule with them when it works. And in the meantime, you meet up with your partner and you're already fucking hot and bothered anyway. So it's a great night, just the two of you. So it's all about just enjoying whatever comes your way. You don't sit there and fucking act like a baby because something didn't happen. You just enjoy yourself. Like, fuck it, great, we get to hang out. Now it's just us, and that's fun. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's cool about doing this. It's not just about getting to have someone else. And I know a lot of people get in their own heads, like, you want to do this because you want to have someone else. It's like, you need to relax. Like, I wouldn't tell you about this if I didn't want you involved. You know what I mean? Like, it requires a lot of communication, a lot of fucking patience and respect. And that's why I usually don't start the shit out in day one in a new relationship.
Right. Yeah. It takes, it takes trust, right?
And and you build up to that. unless you meet like you're 50, you've been doing this for years and you guys are at a bar and you meet a new lady and she's like, oh, by the way, I'm into the lifestyle. And it's like, oh, well, I am too. And she's like, great, because there's 3 guys over there waiting to fuck me. So you want to watch? And be like, oh, well, yeah, all right. Then I got to work, but fine. That's fine. However your first date goes. But mine haven't been like that so far. The one thing that I'll say about this, and people can hate me for this if they want, but I honestly think just about all of us are curious. You have to be with the right person, but live a little. Push the boundaries. Like, seriously, I know there's some uptight people out there and you guys have your fun doing your thing, but don't be afraid to try. Like, just dip your toes in the water. Meet somebody. See what you're into. Life's meant to be lived. It's not meant to be just observed all the time and judged. It literally is just, you don't know what the fuck what's gonna happen. You'll know how cool you are, how humble you are, how okay with your body you are when you just fucking just give it a shot. Because I'm here to tell you, I ain't no fucking porn star. I ain't. And I did modeling, nude modeling for a couple of years, like when I was in the college at 35. Doing nude modeling, and I got used to the fact that I am what I am, and that's it. And so it's going forward. It's like, dude, just don't be weird. Just relax. You know what I mean? It's real easy to fuck with your own head doing this shit, but it's real easy to sit around doing nothing and fuck with your own head too. So don't be afraid to have fucking fun with it. But that was a good topic, man.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to talk about it.
And speaking of sex music, can we go there?
Yeah. Music time.
Our album that we picked this week, who was picked by a friend of ours. I'll just say, this is a great album to do that kind of shit to.
Yeah, and if we want to give all the wheel deserves some credit too.
Thanks, Wheel.
Yeah,
the Wheel gets it. The Wheel understands. I think I'll have the Wheel at a party. That'd be fun to have at a swinger party. The Wheel. Like, okay.
Yeah. That's awesome. You can just draw a body part or write a position.
Yes.
And then whatever.
Just stick people in different shapes, like different.
Yeah. Or maybe you just and just to be fair, just to be funny, you draw a door and that means leave.
Yeah, number 10, get the fuck out.
Yeah, just to make things interesting.
No whammies.
Yeah, like, maybe this doesn't happen. Maybe it's bust. Maybe sometimes you lose,
Oh no, that sucks. That's great. I love it. Oh, shit on me. That's funny. Oh God.
Hopefully it doesn't happen to
you. Fuck it.
I'm
more worried about my furniture than anything. I can wash off.
That's true. You can't really put a couch in a shower.
If anybody could, it would be us.
That's true. Why didn't we try that?
Because don't start, man. Don't start. We're gonna hang out soon. I'm fucking telling you. Stupid shit happens when we're together.
I got a couch and a shower, so.
One of those retractable heads. Your lady comes home and we're just like, shh. We want to see if it could be done.
And the couch is a sectional, so it pulls apart.
We're washing it off before the orgy, you see?
Yeah, we got to make sure it's clean, So the album we picked was Post by the artist Bjork.
Yeah, that was actually not, if it matters or not, another fan suggestion. So thank you. I believe that, that was.
Yeah.
So see what happens when you suggest shit. We talk about it. Thank you very much. You're a part of the show. What'd you I know this album. I've always loved this album. I don't know why, but I just listened to it again, for the week, and still 15 years later after discovering it, I love it. I love every goddamn song on it. I don't know, I just do. It's fucking rad. But what do you think? Because you're our metalhead, so.
Right. Well,
Not just a metal. You're not just a metalhead. I'm not gonna. You love a lot of good music, but I'm always curious where you're coming from when we're not.
I'm 100% okay with that label.
You're not gonna put you. We're not gonna pigeonhole you.
Right. So I've listened to Bjork on and off for years.
Cool. Cool.
Very familiar with her. A little bit about her. You know, I mean, you know this, but she's from Iceland.
Right.
Reykjavik.
Yeah, that's like one of the major capitals of Iceland.
Yeah. She's 56, and
No shit.
so she's been doing this. She's been at it for a long time.
Like since she was a kid.
Yeah. What I'm
11?
reading off of Wikipedia right now is she was born in 1965, and years active in music is 1975 to now.
Yeah, so 10 years old.
So
She was discovered at 10.
Yeah. So
Played piano and did vocals.
that's pretty, you know, that's cool. No matter your opinion on Bjork or anyone that's been playing music, especially professionally and is known worldwide, you know, like no matter if you like them or not, you got to give props to that. Like, been playing music for 46 years. That's pretty fucking cool. And still it says to presence. That,
oh yeah, she ain't done.
Present. So that means, you know, I'm gonna go on a limb, maybe not, but she sounds like she loves it. You know, she still likes performing, still likes creating music. If you look, she's still putting out albums. You know, I don't know the last album she put out, but I think it's fairly recently. Yeah, 2017, so pretty recently. So yeah, it's just cool to me when you see someone that likes performing and has done it for, you know, and creating, you know, creating a type of art. You know, I think that's pretty rad. But yeah, this album is, I can't say I have listened to this album all the way through, like intentionally. I definitely have heard the hits from this album. I've heard before I've heard it's Oh So Quiet. I've heard Army of Me. And Army of Me is probably my favorite one. The first track. That's a and I like it. I like this album because it has a lot of, you know, ups and downs, like in a good way. It flows nice.
Right.
You know, because the first song is, it kicks in pretty hard at the beginning with the beat.
Yep.
And it has a good trip hop feel. Like that's like her music, you know, her backing band, or if she plays the music herself, I don't know. But the music, the actual music itself is really cool, I think. I like that style, that 90s trip hop.
Fuck yeah. It comes in really hard. And the one thing I'll say, if anybody's seen the movie Sucker Punch, this is in there, and it's really like when I hear this song, it's like I see the you know, the images from the movie, because they meshed the music and the movie and the action really good with it in that movie. Like it should have been the music video. It was fucking rad. So this song it hits really, I mean, in that regard, with the visuals of that movie. Every time I hear it, I think about like a bunch of women in high heels blowing people away with machine guns, because that's basically what's happening when they're playing this song.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, sorry, I just had to throw that out there. For anyone who hasn't seen the movie Sucker Punch and likes this song, you should definitely check out that movie, because it does fucking justice in there. But anyway, please.
Oh no, yeah, man. I think it's a cool album. Let's say I kept on thinking about this when I was listening to this album, but Yoko Ono.
Okay.
I feel no. Look, this is who Bjork is, and this album in particular. I think that's what Yoko Ono was going for. Is this style of this like kind of petite, almost like annoying in a good way, like how like how like old school punk was like very like almost like had like a feminine energy in a way, and it was very like brash and loud, and you know, dudes wore makeup and rubbed peanut butter all over their bodies sometimes and shit like that. That's an Iggy Pop reference. And
okay, Alex, we know what you're doing this afternoon.
well, I know what you were going to do this afternoon.
Jelly.
What I'm trying to say is I just feel like Yoko Ono was going for something like this and just couldn't nail it.
Right.
Well, that's what I see in Bjork is a 10 times, 100 times better Yoko Ono and more talented and more just way better. And that's what I kept on listening to it and go, if Yoko Ono had any talent, that's what it would sound like. Sorry.
Well,
not trying to be mean on purpose. I'm just saying how I think.
It's okay, man. We got like 10 more days where we can say what we think before the world ends. You're fine. Do what you want. No, what I think interesting to that point, what I like about Bjork is she started out like more music based, but she also became a visual artist.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and I got to be honest, I was reading the bio right before the show, getting my shit together here. And I was like, damn, I think I really want to see her live. Like, I love visual. I'm a big visual person. I love visuals. That's my favorite thing with music and visuals put together, two types of art blended. And to your point, Yoko was an artist, a visual artist. Sure. Her ideas, like one of her ideas that I thought was really neat. If I've told this story, I'm telling it again, but the way John Lennon met Yoko Ono is that John Lennon, his words pretty much, he was tired of being in the fucking Beatles. He was stressed out. He went to and he was really like down and out about being in the Beatles. This is like 67, some shit, 68, I don't know. In any case, he goes to an art show and he just said he had this mindset. He was just fucking over it. And he climbs up he goes to this art show and he sees a ladder and he goes up the step ladder and he goes all the way up to the ceiling and there's a word written on the ceiling. And the word is yes. That's it. And turns out that was Yoko's art. So that to me, like, I know she's done a lot of other art, but I like the way Yoko thinks. Like, you know what I mean? Like the hippie, like that, like to think that up. I'm like, I respect that. Like I would never have thought of that. My brain doesn't work like that. So respect in that regard. But this, like Bjork's and like a musician, and then like she's like when you already have something and you're like, here, I can put all this visual art on top of this and conceptualize this record. That's like, I don't know, like knocks it out of the fucking park. So Yoko to me never had the music. Like,
oh yeah, and that's really what I mean. You know, her
she had the art first, but the art wasn't.
Yeah,
Bjork brought really good music and then put the art on top of it as part of her show. It's not like Bjork's like, oh hey, I'm a painter, you should buy this painting. She's like, no, come to my show and I'll play my music, but I'm gonna blow your fucking mind with visuals. I love that.
Yeah, because
doubling
like
down.
Because you know how like Yoko Ono's like annoying as far as her singing goes. It's like screeching. Like Bjork could do that a little bit, like could do that, and it sounds awesome. It fits. She makes it fit because she's also a really good singer. She has a good range. She could be this kind of punky, kind of like being a right amount annoying that sounds good. And I know that the word annoying sounds negative, and I'm not trying to make it. I'm just like, that's like it's a, you know, like metal is aggressive and maybe sounds angry, and it's kind of supposed to because that's the style, and that's all I mean by it.
Right.
So, they're like the song, Quiet.
Oh my God. And and then she's like, another big riot.
Yeah, and then her kind of like
horns. That's crazy.
Like she kind of like overrides her voice, and it kind of sounds gnarly, you know, like
right.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's like she's doing this like weird thing on purpose, and it sounds cool.
Right, like you're almost like I don't like it's out of range. It's totally different, but yet she nails it and does it with confidence. Like, you know, this is, I don't know, it's with confidence. Yeah. And then she rolls back into what she's doing. One of the songs that I honestly really like this whole record. I'm going to end up buying it. But in any case, I like Enjoy. And the main reason that I like that song is because of her accent. It's almost hard to tell that she's saying the word enjoy. And to like, you talk about art, like kind of like the yes thing, like enjoy, like that's what she's getting at, kind of like enjoy life, that kind of shit. but the way she sings it with her accent, it's just like, it's more like just like she's screaming this fucking word and you're not sure what it is, but the beat's really strong behind it. And I just picture her dancing her ass off on stage, like almost like a hardcore punk, but like with rhythm, like that kind of thing. Like she's really fucking like pushing it. I can see that. It's got a lot of highs, it's got a lot of lows. It reminds me of the first of Army of Me, but I don't know why. Like I like that. Enjoy is just the way she screams, enjoy, like really fucking lets it out. Like I love that shit. Female vocalists are 9 times out of 10 my favorite, just because they can act. I don't like a man's voice. That's cool. When Steven Tyler sings "Dream On," he sounds like a lady, and I really thought he was for years, and I love that song. Once I realized he was a man who looks like an old grandma, I was like, nah.
He might be a male, but he's not a human. He is a lizard on a
hot lizard. Rock. I knew you were gonna say he's
a lizard on a hot rock covered in scars with flowers on him. That's what he is.
But I'd say like I like female vocalists, and I'm like this what else is on here? But I possibly maybe's a really pretty like melodic song. Possibly maybe. Like it's got a lot of moods to it. The whole album's got a tremendous flow, and I love that. Highs and lows, all on purpose. Just I don't know. Great fucking record. Like I said, I really dig it. So let me ask you: after you heard the whole record, what do you think? Like if now that you've listened to all of it,
that's good. I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Cool. Yeah.
Solid 9 out of 10. What would make it a 10 for me, and I'm not trying to critique her, I'm just saying I really like the hard trip hop 90s style, so like, and like, but she's an individual and she does, and an artist, so she does her own thing, and she has highs and ebb and flows, there's valleys, but I like that first song where it's just like fucking I like it, like. So, but yeah, I think it's a 9 out of 10. How about you?
Oh, I mean, you're never going to give anyone a 10 out of a 10 because you got to reserve it. But I would say like if we're doing solid numbers, then yes, a 90, 9 out of 10. Absolutely. I'd be right there with you. I don't remember how I moved to Oregon and someone turned me onto this record, and it was one of those I bought on CD and wanted it for the first song for Army of Me, or what is that what it's called? Army of Me. But then it just kept going, and I kept finding shit that I liked. And then I don't listen to CDs anymore, so I haven't heard it in a long time. And then like I said, I saw it in that movie, and I'm like, fuck, this is good. And then like, but the Army of Me, like that's her big hook. Everybody likes that song, uses that song, that kind of thing. But when there's other songs in there that aren't like hardcore trip hop, like you're saying, and I'm into those too, like melodic ones, because I'm a moody son of a bitch. So there, it's like, oh, this hits that mood, and this hits that mood, and this hits that mood. And I like albums that I can put on, especially if I have a lady over or something like that, or just whatever, party music. To me, this is kind of party music. You can definitely turn this on and fucking, and someone's gonna jump out a window, someone's gonna have a good time. So I meant that in a good way, like thrown out of a window for fun is what I meant. Nothing sad today. Your album's so good, I killed mine. No, we're not doing that. But in any case, yeah, great record. But honestly, just the fact that one of our listeners suggested it. What I like about us doing this is that it reminds me of shit that I was listening to 10, 15 years ago, and then reintroducing it, because you get stuck. You're like, all right, I've been listening to the same shit for a year. You just you forget about all the other music you were ever into, and then someone throws something out there like this, and you're like, oh shit. And it just helps you go off. And now I'm going to listen to a bunch of Bjork. Straight up. I don't know any of her other records. So now I'm going to listen to them and see what I can find. So I like that part of it too.
Right.
But yeah, as far as the album goes, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. It's a solid album, and Bjork's cool. Do you know what I like about Bjork? Is that she's really creepy, and I like that.
Yeah.
Like the visual
mysterious, right? Like you don't really know what she would do, even on stage. It's like you really wouldn't know what she would do. And same thing probably in life. Of course, she's probably a mellow sweetheart, but who knows?
Oh yeah, she's just like this little like gnome, scary little elf. He's just like
I love people like that. You know, as long as they're not like really, you know, like holy shit, you're off the reservation. But you know,
Right.
I make fork people. Like, okay, all right.
Okay, all right. Go back to
Do you have any Google AIs? Like, just get on stage. Get up there. Get up there.
Isn't she married to a musician? I thought she was married to Moby or something. I don't know.
Fuck no, Moby. I don't see that.
I mean,
I got to cover Moby. That guy's he's an interest. That's a guy. That's yeah. But I mean, you know, it'd be fun though. Honestly, I like Moby. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I like Moby. So in any case, I'd be down to see a show with both of them on the bill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, excuse me. I don't know how I feel about Moby. I never really don't ever think about him until just now. So,
well, it'll maybe a fan can suggest a Moby record. If not, then I will.
Okay. Cool.
But in any case, Bjork. Well, I love the suggestion. So thank you out there for making the suggestion.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that was fucking rad. The only problem is that Army of Me is so good that the next songs don't, you know, they're different, you know, in their own regard. So that's why when I first heard it, I was like, okay, I'm good. This is the only song I want to listen to. And I heard it 1,000 times.
That's
right. Because it changes, and it should. I don't want to hear 10 songs that sound like that, but you always want a little bit more. And that's why I feel like a few other songs go back to that, you know, extreme highs and lows. It's really, I don't know, it's just really good. But like, you can kind of trust her. She's been making music since she was fucking born, basically. You know, her mom was a fucking piano teacher. Her stepdad was a bass player. Like, she's born into a family of musicians.
Right, you know? Exactly.
Just like, I wanted to throw this out there. You didn't respond to it, and if you didn't like it, that's fine. But I was reading an article from Dave Grohl, who had seen Billie Eilish's thing on Saturday Night Live, and he said, and this is why I've looked at it, was because I respect him. And he said, for those of you who think rock is dead, listen to this, watch this clip, and pay attention to the second half. And honestly, like, I don't know where Billie Eilish is going with her music. I have no fucking idea. Don't care. I'd be honest with you. But that was a really cool fucking song. I don't happen to remember the name of it. I guess we should, since we're talking. I should probably, hang on, let me pull it up real quick. It was Billie Eilish's brand new song. She did it on Saturday Night Live. It's called Happier Than Ever. I like music. I don't give a fuck if it's brand new or not. I talk shit about Billie Eilish because I didn't know her, but this song, rock on, man. You're developing. That girl was raised by musicians, and her brother is her fucking, you know, her bandmate. And hey, the girl's young. She's gonna develop. She's gonna her music's gonna develop. But that was really cool to see people not just using synthesizers and saying, hey, like, hey, I fucking get it. It was cool to see a 3-piece turn into a monstrous song. And I was like, right on, good for her. She's in her early 20s, and she's getting into some rock and roll. I appreciate that. You know, I'm just tired of everyone singing over synthesizers.
Right.
Sad ass fucking music about a missing backpack, whatever your fucking problem is. That was really cool. And it had a lot of shit. It was like, right on, good for you, man. Fucking A, you know, do some rock. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bring it back a little bit. Because I'm just getting tired of new music not having any instruments in it, for fuck's sake. Right. Or whatever. That just doesn't sound like it, you know. So I think it's cool that there's still, especially females out there, who are dabbling with a little bit of rock and roll. And
maybe I got to give it another listen, because I watched it all the way through. And I just figured we'd talk about it. But I watched it all the way through, gave it a chance, but I just was like, I was like, oh, I get that it changed into something about a bit more rock and roll, and it was cool. But I was like, all right, okay, I didn't.
And don't get me wrong, I don't completely agree with what David Grohl said about, look, rock is back or whatever. No, that's not the case. Rock never left. There's plenty of fucking bands out there who put out rock albums all the time. No one's paying attention. That's fine. It's not mainstream. But it's cool to see some mainstream kid who's already made billions on billions, who's like, well, now I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
So I'm going to go rock a little bit. I appreciate that. Thank you. Because that means all the little units that are listening to your shit, dyeing their hair green, doing all that dumb shit that you did because they worship you, they know what instruments are now. They know that they can fucking pick an instrument up instead of just being like, I'm going to do this on Insta and I'm going to be famous. Like, no, you're not. You have a fucking instrument, you idiot. Stop this dancing shit on Instagram and fucking pick up an instrument. Billy did it. Now you do it. Thank you. Move on. Art, please stop dancing in fucking Instagram. Jesus Christ. I want to see cat videos, motorcycle accidents, no dancing. None of this with your fucking tits barely hanging out. Just get your OnlyFans up and running and go get an instrument. That's it. Anyway, sorry. Tangent done. Jesus Christ. I appreciate you, Billy. Thank you for playing some fucking music. That's what I was getting at.
You
God
old
damn
man.
it.
Old man.
I'm sorry. I get a little hot. Goddamn. I'm tired of the same old cyclical shit. It's like you're
Back in my day, we used to listen to people play instruments uphill both ways and with no shoes on in the snow. Like,
look, just keep it around. It's okay, you know. Like, just so many girls like, I'm pretty, so I'm doing this. You're not. You actually look like you're having a fucking spaz attack. What are you doing? And you recorded that shit? Read the comments. It either says I want to fuck you or what are you doing? So read the comments. They're not motivating. It's no good. But if you have a fucking instrument, you'll get my respect. That's all there is to it. Because I can't play instruments. I'm too lazy, too fucking distracted. So I would rather listen to people create shit. And women who make music are my favorite because you guys, ladies, are full of emotion. And I respect that because I am too, but I'm not a lady. You're pissed off about a lot of shit, a lot of heartache. And that's so good in music. Oh, I fucking love that shit. Pour it into that music. Don't worry about your stupid dipshit ex-boyfriend. Grab a goddamn axe and play the shit out of what you're feeling. You got me. I don't give a fuck what it is. Goddamn recorder. I don't care. Make it sound good. Do your thing. Just do something creative other than, yeah, all right, fuck you. Next. Anyway, I'm good. Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Hey, we saved the high point for the end of the show. That was it. Tony's sweating. I know you fuckers. I know you fuckers out there know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. Look on Instagram. Just go through the reels. Oh my God, every third one. Yeah, I get it. Fuck off. Man, your parents need to, you know, just a little. That's all I'm saying.
You really slapped your computer there.
Yeah, I did. So anyway, are we? Is it time for the wheel?
Yes, it is.
Oh fuck yeah, I love the wheel. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like it'd be cool if we could put a tuxedo below the wheel. It just looks like a, yeah, like give it, you know, the dapper.
Maybe I should try to draw the numbers backwards so it could.
They look good on my end.
Oh, really? Maybe I'm just.
They look right on my, in my view. They're right.
Yeah, they're just backwards for me. So that's fine. All right.
Don't throw up.
All righty. We got 1 through 10 here. We got one through 10 suggestions, Tony?
Yeah, you want to hear them?
Sure.
Okay. Number 1. Haven't gotten to this one yet. The Coco soundtrack. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to make an announcement right before this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We do not plan on recording next week simply because Christmas. That's all. That's what we're going to leave. We're going to take off for Christmas. So we'll be back. We do plan on recording right before New Year's. Maybe we'll do some recap, horse shit, whatever, but we'll do a show, one more show for the end of the year. So please stay, you know, fucking check that one out when it comes out. We have been posting some fucking Instagram videos. I'm not that good at it. I'm working on it. Still working on my moves, but whatever. So if you want to look at our Instagram shit, I'm trying. So is he. Well, he knows what he's doing. I don't. So in any case, no show next week. We'll do one after that, and we'll keep on rolling through into the new year. So, and once again, of course, we appreciate the fucking support. I hope you guys are enjoying this shit. Anywho, number 1 on the wheel, Coco soundtrack. Number 2 on the wheel, John Coltrane, Love Supreme live in Seattle. Number 3, Left Field, Rhythm and Stealth. Number 4, Mono Lord, Your Time to Shine. Number 5 is Reserve by Boogie Belgique. We don't really know how to pronounce it. We'll figure it out. Okay. Number 6, Billy Joel, The Stranger. Number 7, Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. Number 8, Slint, Spinderland, I think.
I thought it was Spiderland. Spinderland?
Well, we're gonna call it Spiderland.
Okay.
Huh?
I said okay. Yeah.
Okay, hey, I'm cool with being ignorant. I'll work on it. Number 9, Krungbin, Texas Sun. And number 10, what? Mammoth Weed Wizard Bastard. Is that you?
Yeah.
I can't visit. What's the name? Oli Queenie. Oh, all right, yeah. So that's number 10.
If we land on that one, we'll spell out the album. So
all right.
Yeah, that's the one. That's yeah.
And of course, before we spin the wheel, please feel free to make recommendations.
Absolutely. Your recommendations are always appreciated and welcome, and
they go on the list.
They go on that wheel.
That's right. Okay.
All right. You ready to spin?
Spin it, you beautiful bastard.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, mama.
I hope it's not number 1 because I don't want to listen to Coco for 2 weeks. All right, number 9. Cool. Krungbin, Texas Sun.
Krungbin.
All right, I'm gonna spell it. So seriously, this is a good fucking album.
I'm gonna write it down.
KHRUNGBIN. Krungbin. KHRUNGBIN. Texas Sun is the name of the album.
Yep.
All right.
Righto.
Well, we had fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'd like to point out that as we made a reference, kind of like we were talking about Christians, and I made a horn reference, that my whole screen, because the sun's setting, got red. So if you've noticed, I'm the devil. Just kidding. But yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking cool. So if you watch this show, you'll watch me slowly turn into the devil.
Okay.
Yeah, well, someone's got to be on my side.
I'm on your side always, Tony.
That's why I'm always sweating. You know, it's fucking hot in hell. No, but in any case, hey, Christmas is coming up. We're not going to do a show before that, as we said. So please, from both of us, you know, you can tell just by looking at us, we're festive people. You know, wearing black shirts and shit. You know, we're all about Jesus and what he did and Christmas and Santa and all that shit. So have an awesome holiday. That's it. I'm not gonna ramble. Have an awesome fucking seriously.
Happy holidays. Like, subscribe, follow, thumbs up, whatever you got to do. Instagram titfoo69. If you got a suggestion, please leave us a suggestion in the most recent episode in the comments. If you got a suggestion, leave it in this episode in the comments, or go to titfoo69 and drop us a direct message, a DM, and let us know the band and the full album that you want to suggest, and either hear from you guys then or see you guys later. Have a good holiday.
That's right. If you guys want to, if any of you want to get us anything for Christmas, tell people about the shit.
Yeah,
that's it. Smash the like buttons. But I don't know. I mean, really, it sounds so stupid, but I mean, it really inflates my false sense of self-esteem. So I really appreciate it.
We need his self-esteem.
In any case, thank you very much. We'll see you on the next episode.
All righty.
Bye-bye.